Is this better?
Hello. Yeah, you're like speaking directly into it.
All right. I think we're good to go.
Yeah, I
Let's
think so too.
let's get this show
So,
on the road. So
yeah.
first of all, today's GOT UYU podcast is brought to you by no one because we're a free agent. So I'm drinking both Game Fuel, beautiful drink, and a Red Bull, courtesy of Red Bull.
I
So
have
what are you drinking on,
I have like
Hunter?
a water selection. I have core water. Pretty good stuff. No caffeine for me this late at night. It just doesn't go well. I just won't go to sleep, so that's a no-go for me, but I'm usually a game fuel or I do I do like some Red Bull, but mostly game fuel guy like in the morning and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So welcome everyone to the not the first, the 0 episode of GOT UYU. What is GOT UYU? We don't know yet. We will figure it out as we go along, but it is a podcast that will explore everything revolving around the gaming and esports industry and lifestyle. We'll be taking the hottest news and topics from throughout the industry, whether that be gaming or esports industries. And as episodes go on, we will feature some incredible guests, guests that you guys may know from various games or various pro players. I don't want to leak too much, Hunter, out of
Yeah, no.
some of the awesome guests that we have. Um, but we'll be breaking down everything, and yeah, I'm excited to get this on the road.
Yeah, me as well. I used to have a podcast series like a few years ago, but I kind of got out of it. I'm really excited to start this one up. I'm really excited with what we're really looking to do with this, exploring gaming, lifestyle, competitive and casual gaming, and just everything in between is all of my or make up a lot of my personal interests. So it should be really fun. Um, but to start off this episode 0, we're gonna start with kind of a UIU week in review.
The UYU
So,
weekend review.
yeah, so this is from our side of things, some things that have happened in the last week or so, give or take, that are really important and so or stuff that I think was cool. One of these, I think you'll be able to tell when I tell you which one it is, but you'll know that's the one I think is cool. But the first bit of news is that Rewind won his second MK11 Pro competition of the year. So it was a two-peat.
Back to
There's
back.
only been two
Yeah.
of them. There's only been two of them in the West Coast, and he's won both of them.
The two-time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Didn't he win Evo on the second year of Injustice 2? And
He
then
did.
now
He did.
he's on his streak on the second. Some people are just in it for the long run, man, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Rewind's one of the
Yeah,
top players regardless, but he does seem to be one of those players that
for
does
sure.
get better with more time with the game.
Hmm.
And I think that he's someone who everyone should have on their top of the top tier list in terms of pro competition.
Hmm.
Again, it's great to see some of these publishers really stepping up, especially in the FGC, stepping up and providing something in lieu of the great big major tournaments that we'd like to go to, the lands. Something like a pro competition that can happen due to the fact that MK or NRS has fantastic netcode.
Hmm.
So it's really great to get to see this back. And our partners Astro is actually a official audio partner for pro competition as well. So it's all in the family, and
Yeah.
obviously love the event in general, love the initiative in general, but to see our boy on top, that is the extra cherry on top of the cherry on top of the cherry of that Sunday.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch every so often. I think the next event is in February. Don't quote me on it. I actually don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but potential three-peat. We'll see. Um,
Now, Hunter,
yeah.
you've been in NRS for a while, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
This is a bit of a segue. What do you think about the addition of the guest characters? I guess I should put it,
Hmm. I don't. I don't
because they
know
have
either way.
in different fighting games, guest characters have different kinds of stigmas attached to them. And
Yeah.
in Tekken, it's the 2D characters like Akuma from Street Fighter
Right.
and Geese from King of Fighters, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of opinions. How have you felt that guests have been handled in the NRS, timeline.
Yeah, so actually I haven't played MK11 in quite some months. I've been on the Warzone and COD grind, but from the reactions I've seen on Twitter, it seems like it's like a bit different. Like, you know how it's 2D versus 3D, and it's basically still the same game. They have some new moves, I'm pretty sure, but it's not quite as drastic. I think people have some other complaints outside of that for MK11, but they also have some, that game has a lot of good things going for it. I think the good outweigh the bad, but
Mm-hmm.
as far as like how I feel, I mean, I like watching MK11 as a spectator either way. It's not like what makes it or breaks it for me. So
Yeah.
I'm cool seeing new characters as a spectator because it's always something new to see that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm sure the competitors think about it from a different point of view. So
Moving right along.
Mhm.
What do we have next on the kind of UIU week
Oh
review?
yeah, so as I'm sure some of you saw on our Twitter, we had a Minecraft teaser video that went up. We had a bunch of our creators and some other influencers recreate the UIU logo in Minecraft, and we posted like a little teaser video on our UAU Twitter page. So you should go check it out and see which one see who you think did the best, and then you can vote for them in the comments. We can see who wins. It's really close right now if you're looking at the comments. I'm not sure who's winning. There's some biased people in there, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. Like there's not like a clear fan voted winner yet.
I'll try and put the link in chat at some point. I shouldn't do that. I realized while doing this.
Yeah.
But I think you skipped over one thing, Hunter. No worries.
Yes. This is the last. It's the last one because it's the most recent one that happened. But it's still very cool. So ONE esports.
ONE esports, of course, is the esports arm of ONE Fighting Championships, which is a very big mixed martial artist. What do you call it? Mixed martial MMA organization, basically. Yep. In the Southeast Asia region, they have some of the best fighters in the world, and they've really taken this step forward into doing more things with, esports in general. And so, Hunter, what did they?
Yeah, so they put out an article of like the top 5 esports jerseys of all time in their opinion, and our 2019 UIU jersey came in at number 4 on the list. So if you look at the UIU Twitter page, or you look at Drew's Twitter page or mine, you'll see that posted. It's pretty cool. That's definitely the one that I think. That's really cool when you anytime you get to be in an article like that. So
yeah,
I think it's well deserved too. Not to toot our own horn, but yeah,
we were among some pretty legendary, team jerseys as well, like icons of the sport, really.
Like Liquid, and people of that and orgs of that stature.
I'm just linking the tweet into the chat. There you go. And so with that, I mean, the thing I wrote on my tweet is that, from the beginning, from the genesis of UIU, we've always wanted to push community and culture and fashion further, especially within the FGC and abroad. And I really feel like there's a lot of really great people working in design within esports. There's a lot of kind of exciting collaborations going on, but we have our own unified vision. We know what we want to do, and it's a little bit different than everyone else, but like I think there's room for everyone to grow together. But given the fact that we are a relatively smaller size org compared to the other ones mentioned here, it was definitely a big. It meant a lot to be on this list, and we will continue to keep pushing that forward. And look out for some really cool stuff this year, guys. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Hunter, as I know, we love that Drake song, or the Drake line where he says, "Working on the weekend like usual."
Yeah. Right? Oh yeah. Yep.
And the reason why we love that is because truly the weekend is our our championships, our the time where we actually get to see the fruits of everyone's labor.
Yeah.
So why don't you break down what's going down this weekend for UYU esports? Yeah.
So first of all, I don't think that there's any tournaments for UYU players this weekend. However, just in other relevant esports to UYU, the CDL kickoff event is this weekend, which is basically like a preseason for the CDL. It's every team will play one match in their fan-voted matchups. So I don't think it counts towards the CDL points at the end of the year or anything like that. I think it's more of just a showcase. But it's going to be like a bunch of high-level teams going at it. There's a lot of great matchups. I'm looking forward to teams like the Subliners with DiamondCon, and they don't have Hydra, so they have Asim. But there's a lot of obviously the top level teams, and there's a lot of teams that have like a lot of slept on players, in my opinion, that I think are going to make a lot of noise. It should be really interesting.
So Hunter, with this new format, I mean, do you want to go over the format a bit, or do you think that's not necessary?
Yeah, we can go over the format of it.
Yeah,
So
could you explain to our fans?
yeah, so throughout the CDL season, there's going to be 5 regular tournaments that all the teams are going to compete in, and all 5 of them are going to be $500,000 prize pool events. So in between all these 5 events, there's going to be home series tournaments. So all 12 of the CDL franchises are going to be hosting tournaments, and those are going to be with the teams are going to be broken down into 2 separate divisions. So like each division will play like their round robin or their bracket style tournament, and then those are just seeding tournaments and seeding matches for the major event, and then every team will be in the major event, but it'll be seeded, so some teams will start in winners and some will start in losers. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think it's going to be crazy to see if somebody makes a losers bracket run in like a major. I think it's very possible with how much talent's in the CDL.
Oh yeah, it's stacked. It's absolutely stacked, especially with it going to 4v4. I'm gonna put this on you since you're our COD aficionado. Who are the 2 teams to look out for, in terms of like winning, like 2 teams that you would put your money on, and then for this event, and then 2 that you would like to see something from, and what is that something?
Yeah, so the 2 teams that I have winning are that are obviously, so it's not a tournament, it's just like show matches. So there's like each team just playing. I can actually pull up the matches really quick, and I can kind of predict all the matches in my mind. Just give me a second here, because I actually want to do this, because there's so many, they're fan voted, right? So there's so many close, like highly contested matchups. They're gonna be super fun to watch. So the first one is gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be Dallas Empire versus the New York Subliners. So once again, we have the returning champions versus a returning champion in Clayster and his new crew.
Yeah, with the added storyline of Clay is no longer with Dallas Empire.
Yeah,
left to form his own crew, and that's got to fire both sides up.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Unfortunately, with Zuma's retirement, DiamondCon will be playing. We'll talk more about Tommy later, but it just opens up the door for DiamondCon. I'm personally excited for him. As sad as I am for Tommy, I'm also excited for DiamondCon because I think he's a really good player. I think he's a Challengers champion last year. You got to give credit where credit's due. On that Triumph team, they played really, really well in that tournament, and he really surprised me throughout the last couple months of the last season, and he kept it through to this year. So I think it's deserved. Obviously, people can say what they want about people like on Western not getting picked up, but this only made sense because Subliners picked up from their academy roster. So I'm more excited about it more than anything. But however, I still have Empire taking it, but I am excited to watch the Subliners play.
Absolutely. I think they got a lot to play for. I think you've got, outside of, the accolades that everyone has, you have Clay with, I don't know if he has a chip on his shoulder or not, but he's coming with vengeance. then you've got the whole team kind of rallying around Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
kind of coming around to win this one for Tommy. I
Mhm.
could really see them taking that not just into this week, but even further. Like, we're going to win this whole thing for Tommy. I could really see that being
Yeah,
for,
absolutely.
for someone who's given so much to that, that brand and just COD esports in general, really. So I could
Yeah,
really
I
see that
think.
adding an extra X factor to NYSL this whole year.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be the case. But I just think it's in terms of tomorrow, they haven't had enough practice with Diamond Con yet. It's just going to be they're going to be a work in progress, and just like the Empire were last year with Illy and Shotzi.
Mhm.
Um, it's like they took a little while to develop throughout the year. I mean, obviously they were coming in still playing well, but at the end of the year they were definitely peaking. And then up next, the next match we have is Los Angeles Guerrillas versus Seattle Surge. Oh
Ooh,
man.
that's a spicy one.
I'm gonna take the Surge.
Okay.
Nothing against LAG or anything like that. I just feel like Seattle has more talent. I think it's not that like Silly Assault or any of those players are bad or Apathy are bad. I just think that
Mhm.
Seattle has like they have Gunless. I mean, they have Persini, they have Octane, like,
Mhm.
and Looney's a good player, like really slept on player. I think the Seattle Surge will beat them tomorrow. I'm not sure as the year goes on. It just depends. Um,
Now here's the question: do you think that the fact that the last team to win 4v4 obviously was that EG team, right?
yeah.
Um, do you think that players who kind of played together in a 4v4 format might have some sort of advantage over those who have been, you know, never playing together in a 4v4 format before, or have only teamed together in
Mhm.
5v5?
Yeah, I think so, but first of
Like this
all,
core of LAG, for example, right?
yeah.
This
Well,
core
here's the
has
thing.
played together. Yeah.
Yeah, they won for the last 44 champs, but I don't know if it really translates
Mhm.
2 years away. Like I don't really know.
Yeah. Fair
Um,
enough.
it's also a different situation. Like in World War II, when they won that tournament, they weren't the favorites to win it all. So
Mhm.
like they won that tournament and then it was kind of just falling off from there. Not to say anything about that because obviously it's hard to to win another world championship, but it's kind of like they even broke up as a team and now they're kind of back together.
Yeah.
We'll see how they kind of come back together, but I just not to say that they're going to be bad. They could very well be okay, but I just like the Surge roster better. I like Looney as like an in-game leader. I think he's really good for that team and he was a
Mhm.
really good pickup for that roster in my opinion. So,
So moving on to the next matchup.
we got Atlanta FaZe versus Florida Mutineers.
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, that's a good matchup. Sheesh. I'm gonna take FaZe. Um, just based off of everything that I've seen out of them this year, last year, the way that I mean, they're just dominating. It's just
Now,
like
do we know if Havoc is playing, or is
N-
Neptune, or
Neptune. The rumor, I think it might be confirmed even that Neptune is playing. He's been seen scrimming with them, so you
okay?
can imagine that he has a good chance of playing. We can talk about both, but I don't know. I'm a fan of Havoc, but also Neptune's really good. I mean, he's just so talented that.
Hmm.
But it's just the phase. It's just like Atlanta phase. If they're playing anybody else, like I think Florida's gonna
Yeah,
be a top team this year
I
for what it's worth.
I
But
think we all understand that. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
we got the Legion versus Royal Ravens.
Ooh.
I got. I mean, London. So here's the thing. I saw a rumor, and I'll talk about rumors that are on the CDL Intel page because at that point anybody knows. And
Yeah.
just know, but also know that none of this is confirmed. I'm not
Yeah. Make
claiming it
yeah.
to be confirmed. I'm
Exactly.
not, nothing like that. But um, CDL Intel tweeted out today that Zero from London Royal Ravens is stuck in the UK. maybe with some P1 or some visa issues or something.
That is big.
Or whatever the cause may be, he's stuck in the UK, apparently, according to a rumor that was posted. So, if that's the case, Paris could take that. Could take it. Because if London have to recruit last second, I mean, who knows what'll happen.
So you're saying because of this, that could force Paris into the...
Yeah, I think Paris could win if they have to replace somebody last second, especially with like it being early in the year and there's not a lot of practice going into it. Oh, there is, but not. There's no tournament practice for these pros. There's none of that.
And
everybody's still green in terms of competition.
And that's something I'd love to talk about on a later podcast about this whole situation we all find ourselves in, this pandemic world, where will we ever see Hydra this season? We don't know.
I hope so.
How do we get to see some of the best out of the other regions? It's starting to be a kind of big question for a lot of teams, And also on our end, as people are looking heavily into challengers, like it makes it harder to kind of invest into some of the other regions, frankly speaking, knowing that there's no guaranteed way for them to get into the league, even if they are offered a league spot. So there's a lot up in the air right now, and we'll continue to talk about this over the course of the podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really tough situation.
So is that all the matchups, Hunter?
No, there's two more. We have Ultra versus Rocker.
All right. Let's.
Ooh, I got Rocker in this. Ultra versus Rocker.
You got Rocker?
Yeah, I got Rocker. I think the new Rocker team's really good. With Priest on them. Attach, obviously, we love Attach.
Big Attach fans over here.
Ultra has Zinni. Obviously, but
yeah. XUYU.
Cammy was good last year. Kleenex is good. I mean, it's gonna be. I think that might be one of the low key slept on matchups. That could be a really good series. The more I think about it, that could be a game. That's if I were to bet money on it, that'd be a game fiver in my mind. I think that'll be a game 5 matchup.
Could be.
Yeah.
And I think I do agree with you. This Minnesota Rocker team. I don't know where everyone is ranking them in their power rankings, but they can definitely play, and they can definitely take out any other team. I don't care if your name is FaZe. I don't care if your name is Optic. I don't care if your name is whatever the 100 Thieves are called, LA Thieves. Rocker can really play. I think that they could take out anyone. So exciting weekend for CDL.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hold on. The last matchup is an absolute banger, and then close out the entire weekend, we have Optic Chicago versus the LA Thieves.
Ooh, battle of LA.
So we got Hex versus Nadeshot. We got a crazy, absolute banger of a matchup. I think Optic's going to take it, but wow, it's going to be insane. I don't even know.
That is going to be that.
I don't even know how to I think it's gonna be game 5 for sure.
That's one of those ones. That's one of those ones where we just sit back and watch and enjoy.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome to see that rivalry throughout the year. If Optic go up 2-0 in the series against 100 Thieves, actually they've beat them twice overall series. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the 100 Thieves team. Or how each team could kind of go back and forth throughout the year, because I think at the end of the year they'll be about even in matchup, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they get there.
Okay, so that covers our CDL weekend. Obviously, you guys know where to catch all that. It's at Hunter. Oh, pointing over here like Hunter's here. I keep forgetting he's not here. Hunter, where can they catch all these great CDL events?
So if you go on YouTube and you just log into, or you just type in COD League, you should be able to find the live stream. Should be an easy find. If you find the Call of Duty League YouTube, you'll find the stream basically.
Or the Twitter.
And it'll be all over. Yeah, it starts at 2:30 Eastern tomorrow. I'm pretty sure, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm just reading chat right now, real quick before the next segment. Is UIU getting back into COD?
Ooh, who said we left COD?
We have not left COD. We are
Yeah.
still in COD very much. News on that soon. And the new UIU hoodies are fire. Can confirm. And then Champion League says, damn, I was at the end. No, you are not at the end. That was just the end of the CDL segment. We have a lot more show to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, Hunter. So we're definitely going to have some awesome Call of Duty League action that we've all been salivating to get a morsel of this entire off season. Can't wait to see these games. It's going to be amazing. But what else do we have this weekend besides that? We actually have in the world of esports quite a bit. I mean, LCS has already taken off.
Yeah, LEC.
LEC. Yeah.
There's various tournaments. It's kind of like there's probably tournaments for so many esports, but there's so many tournaments online that it's always popping off. But the big ones for me are CDL kickoff, LCS, LEC, NFL football games we got going on.
Yeah. Wait. Before we get to that.
Yeah.
So LSC is going on. I am a big fan of LSC. I don't follow it that much currently, like this year, but I'm just throwing this out here because it's our 0 episode. So whatever I say here, we could either erase or maybe I end up looking like a genius down the road. What if 100 Thieves wins the LSC split, makes it to Worlds, and in the same year, LA Thieves wins the CDL championship? Would that be the greatest feat by one org in a year? I feel like it might be.
That'd be crazy.
If 100 Thieves could win the League Worlds and win the CDL champs, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And who knows what they do with their Valorant team and all that.
It'd be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Anyways, we'll have some other guests on later to talk about other aspects of esports. Obviously, Hunter and I are not League aficionados or CSGO aficionados, but we will get those guys and gals in here to talk about all that as the seasons go on. We just wanted to talk about COD since it's close and dear to our hearts and something that's happening right now.
Yeah.
But
we definitely want to cover like a wide spread of like competitive gaming, like I said, casual gaming. So like hosts will be spread out through like they could be like a competitive video game player. It could be something with like indie games. You know, like it really just depends. It could be somebody with a lifestyle. It really just depends on the week.
Really care about
we want to widen that of it. Yeah.
I gotta do this every podcast. This is what I'm rocking today. Some crispy off-white Jordan 1s EU exclusive.
Why'd you smell it?
I thought it was brand new, but I forgot I wore it a few times. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, and 100 Thieves won the Valorant major as well. So they would have the Valorant major, League, and COD. That'd be insane.
They're like Thanos with the gems right now.
Right.
Okay.
That'd be crazy.
But besides esports, what else are we looking forward to this weekend? Because I think that what we at UYU have always stood to want to represent is that gamers and the gaming lifestyle is more than just the actual playing of the games. There's a lot that goes into it. Some of it is, as I may have alluded to, pretty obviously, like stuff like sneakers and fashion. Other stuff includes, getting really into tech, other types of tech. Also sports. There's a lot of crossover with sports and other parts of pop culture. So we will always be discussing things within what we consider, the culture being gaming. So, Hunter, what are you excited to watch this week?
I am a very big American football fan. So I am going to give you my predictions for.
Oh, okay. Wait, we don't have the graphics and stuff yet, but this is going to be a segment just like Colin Cowherd's Blazing 5.
Mhm.
These are going to be Hunter's hot picks. We're going to change the name. Hunter's hot picks for the playoff games this weekend.
All right. So I
Let's
got
hear it.
Buccaneers over Packers. I got
Okay.
Brady over Rodgers in that.
Okay.
Chiefs over Bills. I just got for that. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the game right now, and it's not even close. Like,
Yep.
the Bills are good, but I mean, if he's healthy, I don't see anybody beating Patrick Mahomes. And then obviously the winner of those two games goes to the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens, but I got the Chiefs taking it all this year. I think they're gonna go back to back. 100p. That's what I'm gonna be watching. Outside of my normal Twitch streams, I'm always stream lurking, so watching all different types of stuff. I'm gonna be watching football. I know you watch a wide variety of different things. You watch sports, but you also watch
I watch
other
every.
things. So
I watch
what do you got cooking up this weekend? Because I know
everything.
yours is gonna be a little bit less boring. So
How could you call football playoffs boring?
I don't know, man, because it's default one. Like, I don't know, like everybody does that. It's like such a default thing to do. Like everybody's like, yeah.
Let's see. So, yeah, I like to watch a lot of things. Have you seen the documentary on Netflix called Cheer?
Cheer? No.
Yeah, it's
Mm-mm.
about the number one. It's kind of like how they do Last Chance U. It's
Yeah.
about the number one junior college cheerleading program in the country. That is also happens to be the number one cheerleading program in the entire country. So like their junior college, that's the best. And I've been watching that. It's an amazing documentary, but also these are just like peak athletes and stuff. And I always like to watch these kind of things. Like same with any of the sports documentaries, like Last Chance U. You rarely get to see how like top performers, how they interact with each other, and how coaches manage these kind of problems that arise.
Yeah.
And I really think there's a lot
really
of parallels between what we do and what this lady does. And so I would recommend that to anyone if you haven't already watched it. It's just called Cheer on Netflix. I probably should watch Bridgerton because everyone I know is telling me to watch Bridgerton.
Yeah, same with me.
But number one with is it a shining bullet or a silver bullet? Number one with whatever bullet for me is I got to dig deep and watch as much WandaVision as I can, which is on Disney Plus. Is a continuation of the story of love story of Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, and Vision, what is he called? He's not a cyborg. He's a
I don't know, dude.
Vision is the robot guy. So basically, it's going to continue their love story, and I'm super excited to see what it's going to be about. I think that there's a world of possibilities that they can do, and I love that we're starting to see the MCU come to serialized TV via Disney Plus because I believe that serialized, aka episodes of TV, are the best way to tell stories over time. So that is my non-sports, non-esports, pop culture picks of the week for you guys to hopefully enjoy. And we can have a little book club if you guys do watch any of that.
Awesome. Let's go.
And
So
before we leave, I think we have a few. I don't know if we want to call them hot topics or.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I know that I am excited for this. I'm sure you heard about it as well, and a lot of people in the chat has heard of it too. But the Black Ops 2 map, Express, Raid is back, but also Express is back, and it's being added into Cold War. Another Black Ops 2 map, another banger of a map. I'm excited for that, and also League play. So like our version of ranked play. In Call of Duty is coming back at the start of the CDL, so not this weekend, not for the kickoff, but the first like actual tournament will start the launch of League play, from what I understood from their messaging. If it's before then, cool. If it's after then I'll cry. But I'm excited for that.
Then I'll cry.
But the really I guess, sad hot topic in the community is Zuma's retirement. Um, I I remember watching Zuma play like in Ghost, way before he was even big. Just like S&D Search and Destroy tournaments and stuff like that. So he's been playing for a while, man, and he made a lot of like he was on FaZe for the longest time. Like when people think of FaZe Call of Duty, a lot of people still think of Zuma and Attach.
Oh yeah,
Before they'll think of Simp and Celium. Obviously, Simp and Cell are gods, but um, Attach and Zuma were just there so long. There's so many memories, I I saw his stream the other day or yesterday though, and it was popping off, which is awesome to see. Um, I think he's a I watched him a lot during the off season. He's a really good entertainer. As sad as it is, I think there's still room here for him, obviously in the community.
absolutely, absolutely. I think he has all the talent in the world to do whatever he wants in this industry. I could see him on the desk. I know I think it was Adam from MLG days talk about wanting Zuma on the desk back then.
Mm,
Tommy's just a really great competitor. Obviously, you guys all know how good he is at Call of Duty, but he's a really genuinely great guy too. Back in 2019, when Hunter and I got our first steps into the Call of Duty Pro League, unfortunately, FaZe did not qualify, and we did qualify into the Pro League. So I had started a discussion with him then. I don't remember how it exactly came up, but obviously on a lot of those guys' minds were like how to get into the league potentially. And, there were talks at one point, maybe Zuma could have come to UYU for a little bit. That would have been crazy.
yeah.
But more than anything, I realized how genuine he is of a guy and how much he wants to compete and how much he loves competing, but also how much he cares for people, how much he takes care of people and how much he cares for people who care for him. And he's just a real class act, a true class act. And it's kind of hard to find those sometimes in the gaming community.
Yeah.
I think he has not only the insane talent on the sticks, I think he is such a great talker. He's a very entertaining personality, and he will have no problem transitioning into anything he wants to do, whether it be streamer, whether it be commentary on the desk, analyst. I don't know if he wants to coach. Maybe that's an option too. But just know, Tommy, whatever you want to do, I believe 100% that you can do it, and you also have our full support. So it's a horribly sad way to end a career, but this kid's like 23, right? It's 23. This is the beginning of something amazing. That's how we should look at it.
Yeah. Who knows? Hopefully, maybe one day you can come back. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, science is great.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, just so many memories. FaZe Zuma. There'll never be another Zuma flank unless he comes back. Like people will flank, but it won't be a Zuma flank.
I think we should just call them all Zuma flanks, just like we call it
sure.
Kobe when we shoot into the back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad, but I think that wraps up our episode for tonight.
It does. So this was the 0 episode, guys. You can watch it if you weren't watching it live. If you were watching it live, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching it on maybe YouTube or some other platform that we've ported this over to, please give us some feedback. Let us know what you'd like to hear. Let us know what guests you'd like to hear on. We want to make this a weekly occurrence. We want to make this bigger, better, faster, stronger, all that kind of stuff. And we intend to make this a podcast to bring you the latest from not just UYU, but esports in general, gaming in general, and gaming lifestyle, and everything it encompasses. And so shout out to I wish we were in the same room, but shout out to my co-host and co-creator, Hunter, on this one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to doing this, bro.
Yeah, me as well. Like Drew said, any feedback's appreciated. I know that we kind of just went out kind of over the outline and talked about, kind of like hot topics in the community, but we want to go more and more in depth in the future. So if you have any podcasts or any suggestions for our guests, please let us know because we're always trying to I'm always trying to learn more. So if I can learn on my own podcast, that's even better. So really look forward to deep diving into different things and yeah, I look forward to next episode. We might have a guest for that one. Probably, we'll see.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And
definitely will.
Hunter, where can they follow you on social media?
Ooh, they can follow me on my Twitter at I'm just gonna at Hunter.
You can follow us Twitter at Hunter Specs.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm not
that
gonna
the same as
link
your
it.
Instagram?
Yeah. So same as
Remember,
my Instagram.
people are also listening to this. That's why I'm saying it out loud.
Yep. So it's at Hunter Specht on Twitter. So Hunter and then SPECHT. And then on Instagram, it's the same thing, but the in front of Hunter Specht. So the Hunter Specht.
And you guys can catch me at UYU Drew on every social media platform except for Snapchat. But you're not going to get my Snapchat unless I know you. So, anyways, had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed some of this. Once again, it's episode 0. We're ironing out the kinks. We're